Okay, welcome. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Did you guys all turn in your chemistry projects? I know it's been a big issue today. All right. So, for today, we're going to talk more about parabolas. Okay. We started yesterday. We talked about how to graph one, kind of using our new setup of formulas. And yeah, I think that was what we mainly focused on is what are the properties of a parabola and how can we use that to graph these new forms of the equations. All right, so let's just start off with that. So graph the parabola. The first thing I see here is that it's just an x. All right. And I don't, you know, I don't know if that's bothers people sometimes because they like having a specific factor. So if we want, we could write this like this. That's fine. Okay. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I lost the Smart Notebook on my screen. Give me a second. Come on. Okay. Well, in order for this to be kind of in like the form that we're used to seeing, then so first off, I'm just going to go ahead and flip the sides here. And the other thing that I'm going to do is, if you remember back to the form here, right, we want the coefficient to be on the linear part. So we actually want, if there is a coefficient at all, we want it to be right here in front of the binomial that doesn't have the squared on it. So how do we get rid of that? We're going to divide both sides by -8. So that we have this. Right, and that goes back. Let's see if I can pull it up here. So that goes back to what we talked about yesterday, where here was our equations. And so remember, the squared portion is always just over here by itself. If there is just a coefficient, then that should be on the right side with the linear binomial, just x minus something or x plus something or y minus something or y plus something, either way. So let's come back. Okay, so we know that whatever's in front of that, that's actually kind of just disguised as 4 times p. So we need to figure out what is the value of that variable lowercase p in this case. So let's figure it out. Let's say, okay, 4 times what number would make negative 1/8? P equals negative 1/32. Right, if I divide by 4 on both sides. So I can determine a lot already. The vertex, so I just have to look at hk, so 0, negative 1. Since this is a parabola where the y variable, the y, is being squared, then that's going to tell me that this parabola is either going to open to the left or to the right. Okay, so how do I determine which? Well, we also see that p is negative. So this is going to open up to the left. To then find what is the focus. So the focus should be to the left as well, since the parabola is opening to the left. So it'll be negative 1/32. So remember, the distance between the vertex and the focus is whatever that value of p is. So the vertex starts at 0. So then if I move to the left 1/32, then that's just negative 1/32. Negative 1. Now, that'll be very difficult to draw. This is not drawn to scale. I probably should have picked better numbers. Not good choices by me. And the directrix, so since it's opening to the left, the directrix should be a vertical line that's on the right side. X equals 1/32, because again, we're starting at the vertex, which is 0, and then we add 1/32. So, or we move to the right 1/32, so just 1/32. Again, this will look very small. So not to scale. If it would let me scroll up, that would be cool. So here's the directrix. This is why you don't write things the morning of. You know what? The saddest part about this is I actually wrote this last night. Now, it was very late, but I tried. I tried my best, man. Can you just be happy for me? See, I had time to fix it. Yeah, I just didn't realize. Maybe I meant to have the -8 on the left side with the x. Maybe that would have fixed it. Okay, and then the other 2 points. So we move from the focus. I can go up 2p and down 2p. Well, that'll still be a very small amount. 2p would be 2 times negative 1/32. So 1/16. So I would move up 1/16 and down 1/16. Your voice is very monotone today. I know. It's tough. I'm kind of starting to lose my voice. Been talking a lot. I'm sorry. I will try to make it more exciting whenever we're talking about math analysis here. Now, we're going to take those 2 points and move up from the focus 2p and then down from the focus 2p. Now, that's only 1/16 in either direction, so it'll be very, very small points. Be like here and here. So a very small parabola. And again, this is very much not drawn to scale. Should have zoomed in. Or actually, in retrospect, I could have fixed this. I could have just changed it so that each grid line represented like a fourth or something. That would have been much better. But here we are. I'm clearly really good at teaching you guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But I'm sorry if my voice is monotone. No, I'm not sick or depressed. No. Again, I think I'm just starting to lose my voice. I talked a lot today. COVID-19, man. Gets the best of us. Megan, actually, this is perfect. Megan, do you want to take over the rest of the classroom here? Okay. All right, so Megan's going to take over. Just give me a second here. I'll go ahead and get out of this. And then just give me a second. We will stream Megan in. Okay, here we go. So this is live from Megan's house. Okay. So we're ready to go. Pete misses late. Yep. Oh. Hi, Mom. My mom likes watching math analysis. You know, she loves hanging out with us, so she'll probably just watch while I teach. It's okay. She just wants to keep an eye on me. Okay, so let's go through this. We got to write the equation of the parabola with the following characteristics. We know we have a vertex that is 3, -4, and we have a directrix of x equals 5. Tom and Poppy are laughing. Shh, Mom, Dad, please be quiet. I'm trying to teach math analysis right now, guys. So it's probably best whenever we do these problems to draw yourself. You don't have to draw a very specific picture, but at least kind of a sketch of what's going on can really help. So for example, I'm just going to briefly sketch out. So the vertex is at 3, -4. We'll say that that's right here. That is the vertex. And we have the directrix, which is x equals 5. Let me make the vertex a different color. So the vertex is red. We'll make the directrix blue. X equals 5, so that's something like this. So we should know from there, just by looking at this, that if the vertex is this red point, if the directrix is the blue line, then this parabola is going to be opening to the left. Because remember, the parabola always opens into the opposite direction from the directrix. Right. Well, so I have a couple questions. I need to know what is the value of that variable lowercase p. Well, to figure that out, let's just look at the distance between the vertex and the directrix. Wait, why is my mom in the bag? What do you mean? My mom's always watching math analysis, so she's always right there. Okay, well, that means that should be 2 as well, because that is specifically what that lowercase variable, that lowercase p means. It means what is the distance between the vertex and the directrix, which is 2. So now I can just take all this information and plug it into my formula. So this opens left and right, so I know that it should be the equation should look like this. So hk, my vertex, so this is h, this is k, y plus 4 squared equals 4 times, we figured out that p is 2, and then x minus, oh, it's not ready. Do I know how, or do I know who? Yes, I know who it is. But one other thing. Since this is opening to the left, right, this parabola would open this way. Again, I'm just sketching. Since it opens to the left, actually, this value of p should be negative, right? So we have to think about that. Don't just go based on the distance. Think about, does that need to be a positive value or a negative value? Right? But in this case, it needs to be negative since it's opening up to the left. So negative 2. Y plus 4 squared equals negative 8 times x minus 3. Started with the directrix and the vertex. We figured out the equation. Okay, let's go again. Write the equation of the parabola with the following characteristics. So similar, but I know different information now. So the focus, -1 negative 2. Directrix is y equals 5. Let's sketch to just get a basic idea. So that's the focus. The vertex, y equals 5. Or no, sorry, directrix, y equals 5. Now this is slightly different because remember, this red point is the focus, right? Not the vertex. The vertex, I don't exactly know what it is, but I know the vertex is always directly between the directrix and the focus. Let me use pink here. And this distance, whatever it is that variable lowercase p. Luckily, we do already know that from the focus to the directrix, so going from a y value of negative 2 up to a y value of 7, so that's 7. Right, so halfway between that point, because the vertex is always perfectly in the middle of between the focus and the directrix, that vertex would be negative 1, 7/2. Okay, well, not 7/2, hold on, sorry. So halfway between that, if the full there, right, 3.5, right? So I have to think, all right, so if this is 3.5, and this is 3.5, so we have to think about going up or down from another point. Right, so the y value that we started at was negative 2. So if I go up 1.5, or 3.5, sorry. If I go up 3.5, I would get to 1.5. Oh, hi, Miss Jury. It's just me, your mentee. Am I making you proud? Mr. Abundance said I could teach the class today. I'm worried that he's depressed. Yes, I worry too. Well, we're all worried about him. I think he'll be all right, though. I think he just needed this break for me to teach, and it's all good. So we know that this should be opening down. I'm just sketching, right? But I know it always opens in the opposite direction of the directrix. So if the directrix is above, then it must be opening down. Okay. And for each value that we go down here, right, we already figured out that value of p. So that's going to help me whenever we're doing this. P is 3.5 or 7/2. Since it's opening down, then it must be of this form. And I can just plug in the values that I know now. X minus, or plus 1 squared equals 4 times 7/2 times y minus 1.5. Well, I hate decimals, so I'll go ahead and do the fractions. So that value of p we just plugged in here. (1.5) the same thing as 3/2. And the -1 is how we get +1 here. Corona. Yes, I just typed Corona in the chat because Megan coughed and think I have it. You coughed. Yes, I'm telling you all that you coughed. Do we want to do another problem like this, or do we just want to go on to the graphing? Or not graphing, but writing in standard form. Like another one. So like these last two problems where we're told different characteristics, like we're told the focus and the directrix, or told the vertex and the directrix, and we had to find other stuff. So you'll be told different combinations of things. You might be told the directrix and the focus, or the focus and the vertex, or the vertex and the directrix, or whatever. Just go on to standard form. Okay. All right, don't yell at me. I am a very good teacher. True. True, I am. That's why I decided to announce it on the stream and in the chat. I am good teacher. Me good teacher, I am. All right. So my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the y squared and y terms to the right side, because I just want the y stuff to be by itself. So x minus 5 equals y squared plus, oops, not plus 5, sorry, plus 2y. All right, now my goal is that on the right side or left side or whatever, is that I want y minus k squared. Well, I don't have that right now. I have y squared plus 2y, but I want that quantity y minus k squared. Well, just like we've done every time that we've put into standard form, we need to complete the square. So we'll add b over 2 squared to both sides. So 2 over 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so I'll add 1. And I'll do the same thing over here. Now on the right side, I can factor that. Y plus 1 squared. And on the left side, I have x minus 5. And I'm good. I guess technically, if we want it to be perfectly matched up with the form that we're used to, then the squared stuff goes on the left side. Right, so like I said at the beginning, for most of all of these where we have to put into standard form, in some step we're going to need to complete the square. X minus 4. Yes. Thank you. Sorry. Megan, am so silly. I just forgot that. I was too busy thinking about a certain person whose first name starts with T. What? Who could it be? I don't know. Ted Bundy fan. Who could it be? I guess we'll never know. Tara Bell. That's right. I miss Miss Bell. Sad times. Speaking of science, did you guys go get your chemistry project done or what? No? Oh my gosh. And they were all really good? Still need to turn it in. Come on, Ted. Teddy. She hasn't given checkpoints feedback. What a shame. That's right. Math with me, Megan, is, that's the best. It's way better than chemistry. It's my time to shine. Okay. Well, that's all I have. Well, that makes sense. All right. Thanks, Megan, for all the teaching. I'll come back in now. Cassidy, what? You missed Megan teaching. Megan and Miss Lee were on the stream.